I've used TikTok ads to make some pretty crazy revenue this year on Shopify. Before we start this challenge video, I do want to just quickly mention we do have a school community linked down in the description down below, which is called Equity Hub. This is a new e-commerce and dropshipping community I'm starting. Click the link down below if you want to see case studies like this, which are completely uncensored, so you will actually see the product and you will actually see all the sensitive information which is usually censored in the YouTube videos. You'll also get my private ad strategies, information on finding a supplier, launching a real brand and making custom products, and also information on marketing and ad creatives. And there will be courses in there real soon on starting e-commerce for beginners, intermediates, advanced, and more advanced things like building a team, hiring support reps and employees for your store, and basically scaling your store. So there's going to be a lot of source in there. If you join right now early, you will be able to lock in at that price, because we are going to increase the price later to $100 once we actually get more content in there. So make sure to check that out, and I'll see you inside, and let's start the challenge. But I wondered, how hard would it actually be for me to try to do it all over again? Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to obviously find a new product. Now, I do use a bunch of different tools to do this, and it really is dependent on the platform I'm actually trying to sell on, because you can move things from other platforms, but for the most part, I want to see what's working on that platform. In this situation, we're on TikTok, so I'll have to use some TikTok spy tools specifically to find what's actually performing right now. So right now, as you can see, I'm actually on Miner, and I'm going to be conducting some product research. Now, Miner has premium lists of the top 100 winning products to sell on Facebook, TikTok, the best performing shops, and also good products to sell on Pinterest. They also update it if you have an account with the top 10 winning products of the day on all these platforms too. Now, I'm going to be specifically using the TikTok ad spy on Miner. Now, you can also have a look at shops, have a look at trending products, and also use the magic search feature, which is an AI tool. Now, we're going to be selecting TikTok here because I'm going to be wanting to find TikTok winning products specifically, and we're going to have a look at Mother's Day hits. So this is like the current holiday, weekly winners, so we can see what's actually performing well this week. So if we click on weekly winners right here, it's going to show us what ads are actually performing this week on TikTok, and we can do a little bit of research and scraping to try and find the products. Now, we can also on the left hand side use a few other filters. I can tick this where it says is dropshipping, and this will filter only dropshipping ads. So now we can see what's working well in the last week. So I'm going to do a little bit of product research and try and find a product that we could potentially sell, and then I'm going to update you at the end. So I ended up typing in the keyword being because I wanted to look for some, and the product that came up was this, which is a which I actually really like. And in fact, I've seen this recently, which was selling quite well on Facebook. So I'm interested to actually test this on TikTok. So if we click on an ad that we like, it'll give us some information. And from here, we can actually see the ad creative itself. We can directly click on see ad post. This will send us to TikTok so we can view the ad itself on TikTok, and then we can spy on the actual page. This creative is the exact same one which I've seen on Facebook before. They've obviously just ripped it. We can scroll down, we can go on their website. This will take us directly to the product, and then we can see they're selling this for 21 euros, roughly about 22 euros. So they're selling it for about $24, and we can have a look at their product page, which is pretty basic with a size guide, and I'm pretty sure they've used AI to generate this, and it's the same with the rest of the store. This is the basic typical EU general store. We can also look at some metrics. So this is selling in Germany, which is why obviously they have German text and German language, and it does say status not running right now, so I believe this ad may be inactive. So now that we've kind of validated it, we could also go on the product section. If I sort this by engagement growth over the last 7 days on the filter here, we can scroll down and we can find the same product over here, which is this. Now, what I want to do is, this is just a basic image ad, but I want to actually go to ads at the top. I want to search for again last seen date. Let's just do the last 14 days for an example, and you can see we have the exact same here. So we can click on here and press download and download that video. We can also click on see more, and we can also see the magic search here, so we can see competitors using the same video as well. So I'm literally just doing this just so we can actually download the ad creatives, and then we can upload them later to TikTok ads. Now, that was a Facebook search. Let's also do a search on TikTok. We've also found another video here. This is a cool video, so we're going to download this and rip this. And it's also optimized for the size that we expected to be on TikTok. And then let's press download here as well. And we're just basically looking for different ad videos that we can go ahead and download, and we're going to use that on TikTok later. So now we've got our ad videos and we found our product, we have a place to start. So if you want to use Miner, it's a great product research tool. This was the tool I used when I started with dropshipping, and as you can see, we found a product pretty quickly with it. Now you can use the code on screen, which is Dean20, and you can click the link below if you want to check out Miner and get started with a free trial. Super cool tool. Now I also now need a website in order to actually build this store on, because we're going to be selling this product, so we need a place to actually sell it from. Shopify is obviously the option that I'm going to be using for this store. Shopify is of course best for dropshipping because it already has the systems for it and it's designed specifically for this, and this is the most popular use case of the Shopify software. Also, Shopify is only $1 a month for the first 3 months when you sign up. If you want to get this offer, just use my link down below. This is a special affiliate link. It does help me out, but it gives you this $1 a month offer, so it's mutually beneficial. So you don't have to spend any money basically for the first 3 months, just $1 per month, and it's the cheapest, most cost-effective way to get started. And that money that you would spend on your store, you can just put it into TikTok ads like I'm going to do in this challenge. Now it would take absolutely forever to do the design process for this store and set everything up, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it done, and then I'll focus on creating a powerful product page, throw in some good sales copy to it, and try to make it compelling to the customer to sell. So now I actually have to source the product in order to be able to sell it, right? I need to find a supplier that will supply me with this product. Now to test, it's perfectly fine to use AliExpress just to validate the product, but we want some good shipping times, so I'm going to find the product on CJDropshipping, show you how you can do that, and that'll allow us to actually get a supplier. We want to send this item within at least 2 weeks or less because we want good reviews, and we can do this with CJ. You can check out the link below if you want to sign up for CJ Dropshipping. Completely free to use. It's a really good fulfillment app and it's great for beginners. Also, there is a delivery time section, so if you want an idea on the delivery times, we're probably going to ship from China. So if you're selling to US, China to US, we can send these items in CJ Packet Ordinary, which is mostly the cost-effective option I use. We're talking 8 to 12 days, but if you do pay more for shipping, which is of course going to leak into your margins, you can get 6 to 10 day shipping or as little as 3 to 7 day shipping to the US. You'll have to adjust your price based on these costs. So there's some really good shipping times with CJ, and you can sign up with the link below, and I recommend using it. I'm going to show you how to actually find the product. So let's just type in and let's see if we can find this product. Also, we opened the original website earlier from Miner, and I have this useful tool here where it says find suppliers. I can go ahead and I can click this. This is a plugin which you can get from thieve.co, which is a website, and it allows you to reverse image search to find suppliers on AliExpress. So now I can click on this and we can find how to source this through AliExpress. And if we want to find this on CJ, all we do is we save the image or copy the image depending on what browser you're in, download the actual product image, and then we would go to CJ Dropshipping and click the image icon next to the search bar. Then when you've clicked that, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to upload the image. So I've uploaded the image, and then CJ will search for that image to see if it can find any suppliers. So this seems to be the same the first one as well, but I know for sure this is the same. So we've now found a supplier. So if we want to sell this, for an example, to the USA, in the largest, you always want to see what the price is for the largest, because you will be. So including shipping for the most basic shipping, 7 to 12 days, this product is actually going to be $6.06. So that selling price earlier where they sold it for $6 is not going to be profitable for us. We would need to sell this for like $8 at the very least, because it's usually 2.5 to 3 times the minimum to be profitable. But this is obviously a place where you can source your product. Now I have a private supplier, so I can actually get away with selling this product for cheaper because I can source this item probably for like $9 or $10. And CJ, if you use a public platform like CJ, you will end up spending more per product for the cost of goods than a private supplier. I would recommend a private supplier, but that's more of an advanced thing, so you can definitely start off with CJ. So now we have the product, and I've whipped up a product page to actually sell it on, and we've sourced the product through CJ Dropshipping, or at least I've showed you how to do it, and I actually found a much cheaper price with my private supplier through WhatsApp. Now you can see I've set this up. I've got bundle discounts for people to actually purchase, and I obviously have the product name and everything set up, as well as all the different colors and variants on the store. I also have some product copy and images down here as well. Don't forget this so there's less returns. Then also a few different reviews at the bottom for a little bit of social proof. Granted, I could add more reviews, but this is all I could find. So now we've downloaded some ad creatives from Miner, we've whipped up a product page, and we've found a way to actually source the product. So technically we're ready to sell. Now I'm going to use these ad videos we've downloaded, and if they do actually hit, then hopefully we can edit some of our own, but we're just testing to see if the product gets any traction or any interest, and then we'll play with our offer. If you do want to see the exact formula I use on how to edit and structure my ad creatives, which has actually brought me a lot of success this year, then do check out the channel, and I'll try to remember to link that video down below, and you'll learn a lot from it. So now that we have a few ads ready, it's time to run a test, and we're going to use none other than TikTok ads, hence the title of this video. Now I have a budget, but if you're a complete beginner and you have no money or you're struggling to start, one good thing is that TikTok is actually running a deal where you can get free ad credit, completely free, just for signing up, but this only works with a brand new account. And if you spend $100, you'll get $100 more in bonus ad credit, $500, and you get another $500, which is pretty wild. It's like free money to spend on ads. This is your best way to save money as a beginner, and if you want to use this, I have a link. I'll put it down in the description down below so you can get this deal, and it'll help you guys out. And yet again, it is an affiliate link. So I'm going to be running a quick testing campaign for this. So I'm going to create a quick testing campaign, and there's a few ad strategies I use to test. I have some videos on my channel of my TikTok ad strategy. I'd recommend checking out. However, this video is aimed at people on a budget, so we're going to be spending just $50. So what I like to do, so just go to advanced here because we need advanced settings. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is go to website conversions. I'm going to name this campaign Test CBO, and what I'm going to do is, since this is aimed at beginners, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a CBO campaign. So that's campaign budget optimization, and we're just going to put this at 50 GBP, but if you're from America you can do $50, 50 USD. I'm going to press continue. Now usually to test ads I'd actually do a test with an ABO campaign, which is ad set budget optimization, which is the budget at the ad set level, not the campaign level, which would allow me to give high spend to each ad and see which performs the best more quickly. But this would cost me around $20 per ad at the minimum, and if we had like 4 or 5 ads, it'd probably end up costing a lot more than the $50 budget we want to use here. And since this video is for you guys who are beginners, I don't really feel right about spending that much. I'm going to be using a CBO, and a CBO will basically evenly distribute your money across all ad sets until it finds the best one, and then it'll allocate the daily budget to those best performing ads. So it's going to quickly find your best creative, and then it's going to spend the most on that. So it's the most optimal way, especially more budget efficient. It may take some more time for the data, but we're going with that. So I'm going to quickly fix up these ads. If you want to know how I actually run ads, then you can check out my ad testing and ad scaling strategies, because I already have complete tutorials on those. But we're going to get running these ads, and then we're going to see the results. So now I've set up the TikTok ads app and also the TikTok pixel, but I do need to wait up to 24 hours for my account to actually be accepted pending the review. So we'll be back, and then we'll be running the ads. So here I'm just setting up the campaign on Shopify's TikTok app. I'm going to add a few images in a carousel, and for the targeting we're going to target males because this is male fashion, and we're going to do everywhere from 18 plus until the max age, which is 55 plus. We're going to also optimize for complete payment. Okay, so it's day one. It's been probably about half a day since I actually ran this campaign, so let's take a look at the results. So this is the campaign here which we ran for the Right now it's on about 1.97 ROAS. The break even for this is 1.6, so this particular ad campaign is profitable, which is a good sign, but only just profitable. Now when I checked earlier, it was around 2.1 ROAS, which was still pretty good for day one as well, and we've got around 3 purchasers, but right now it's costing us about $15 to $16 per purchase, which isn't really great, which is why we're on quite a thin profit margin right now. But hopefully we'll see how this goes. Towards the end of day one, I might update the results today, or I might just show the results tomorrow, but this is enough good results to leave it on at least one more day because it's doing pretty good day one. We like to see some results on day one with TikTok ads, so I'm actually quite impressed with this, so I'm going to keep this running. And this is pretty good considering we literally just found this product on Miner when doing some product research, and it's already performing pretty decent. So it just goes to show you can find a product on one of these ad spy tools, you can run it and get some pretty good results day one. This might not be a winner, it might not be crazy profitable, we'll have to see how it goes, but this is at least a good sign. Okay, so we're a few hours ahead now. This is technically the next day. I was recording that in the early morning of today, last night, but the numbers are actually going pretty good. As you can see, we have 6 purchasers on this product and we're on a ROAS of 4.72. The break even for this product, like I said, is 1.6, so this is wildly profitable, but this is at a very low scale. Also, what I like to see is to see the cost per complete purchase is around £7, so it's still quite low. This is still profitable. You need to know your break-even cost to understand all this, but because this is actually a very high ROAS, I'm actually going to double this. So I'm going to put this from 75 to 150 spend, and then over the next like 2 or 3 hours I'm going to monitor it. If it's still performing well, I might surf scale it more. If not, I may leave it around this figure to stabilize until tomorrow. But so far, good numbers. This product's looking pretty promising, so I'm going to give it a little bit more of a runway to perform and just see how it does till the end of this challenge. I'm going to give you frequent updates. This is a brand new product we found on Miner earlier during research, and it happened just to pop off. So that's lucky for me making this video. It's a good coincidence that I found something to work for the challenge. So let's just see how it goes. Okay, it's the next day right now. You can see the product is actually performing pretty well. As you can see, 3.39 ROAS. The break even, obviously, like we keep saying, is 1.6, so it's still profitable today. Now, the cost per complete payment, I'm not really sure what price this should be at. I've not really done my calculations right. I've literally just been using a profit calculator and just paying attention to the ROAS itself, but the ROAS is still wildly profitable in comparison to break even. So I'm literally just going to surf scale this up a little bit, put £100 to the budget, and then just see how it performs throughout the day. If there's no crazy influxes or performance increases, then I will just save it till the next day to give you another update. This is still actually going pretty good, so this seems like we could be onto a winner, which is really nice. I'm not sure how high we can scale this and what the ceiling of this product will be. When scaling it, we might not be able to increase the budget much, but we'll just see how it goes. But this is looking very promising. Right now it's the morning, so forgive me, I am a little bit slow. I've just woken up, so let's just see what the next day brings or the next update, and hopefully everything continues to go well. Okay guys, just woke up again, just doing the daily check-in for this campaign. As you can see today, it's not performing as well as it did. It's only 1.85 ROAS, which to be honest is pretty terrible. That's just above the 1.6 break even. The reason why it's underperforming is I did decrease the budget from the 250 we bumped up yesterday to 150, so it's not necessarily a budget thing. If I click on it here and we go to the ads, then you can see drive more results, delivery optimization. It recommends us to add more ad creatives because it says the creative fatigue index is above 0.6. So if you don't know about TikTok ads, if you haven't watched my TikTok ad strategy video and a lot of my videos where I teach you my method, basically you need to be recycling in new creative videos basically every single week. We've only been running this campaign for like 3 days, but only one of the creatives actually converted. So because of this, our one creative is starting to lose its power, so we need to have more creatives. Now I don't actually have ad creatives for this product made, I just downloaded them in this case and got lucky, but we need more creatives. Now I'm just going to see how this goes for the next day or so. If this doesn't go back above 2 ROAS, or at least if it's not consistently doing that, I think I'm going to pull it off TikTok and then we're going to run it on Facebook ads instead. Now the whole point of this video is TikTok, so I'm going to give it some extra breathing space and an extra bit of runway to see if it can do better. But it did great the first 3 days, but now on the 4th day and like the night of the 3rd day, it's kind of starting to slack off, so I might have to move this to Facebook. Facebook doesn't really have this creative exhaustion problem. You can use the same creatives literally months on end and still print cash, so that seems to be the strategy I'm going to use right now, and I'll update you again tomorrow with the results of this campaign and if we're going to move to Facebook or not. So as you probably guessed from the data yesterday, today has been the absolute worst it's been. We have 0 ROAS, 0 purchases, and only 2 add to carts, so it looks like we're going to need to move this over to Facebook after all. We're going to kill it on TikTok and we're going to run this test over on Facebook and just compare the performance, and hopefully it's more consistent and it works on there too. So it was around 2 days ago now the performance of the TikTok campaign dropped, and yesterday basically I decided to put it onto Facebook, and after the first day we've only got 1 sale right now, 0.86 ROAS, so this is completely unprofitable. But you can see we're only spending £30. This is actually a pretty good strategy. You can actually run an Advantage Plus campaign as a test campaign, completely broad. This is my strategy. I've not seen anyone else talk about this, but what I do is, since this is a clothing item, for a product like this I would do an Advantage Plus campaign, completely broad. £30 is enough, but £50 is best to try and get some data, and then over the first 2 to 3 days you want to see the results. So I'm going to leave this 1 or 2 more days and see if it's profitable like it originally was on TikTok, and if the ads just aren't really popping the same on Facebook, then we'll kill the product. What I've learned from this is obviously obviously, as you can see, I've blurred them out, but I do have 2 winning products on Facebook, so I'm kind of focusing more on those. So for this challenge, if I would have put in more effort editing lots and lots of different creatives for TikTok, I could have obviously extended the lifespan of the TikTok campaign itself. Because if you've seen my older videos, my original winning product on TikTok, I was editing 14 to 15 new ad creatives every single week to keep that alive, and that's how I kept printing cash. You can't really do that with 3 or 4 creatives because things die really quickly on TikTok, and that's why people think the product's failing, but it's actually just creative exhaustion. So Facebook, you can run the same creatives for months, I've found, and you can even pinch creatives just to test first of all before you make your own. So I'm going to test this on Facebook, and I'll update you with the results before the end of the challenge, and then we'll just make a conclusion. Okay, so it's the next day, and today's actually looking quite promising. As you can see, we have 3 purchases, we've spent nearly the full £30 budget, and we have literally a 3.83 ROAS. So the ROAS is looking really healthy and extremely profitable. So this might actually be looking pretty healthy to try and scale up a little bit. So maybe we'll scale from 30 to either 50 or £70 and see how that performs. Okay, so it's the next day, it's May the 31st right now, so the product is still going decent. It's not wildly profitable, but it's still way above the 1.6 break even. It's 2.48 today. It's nearly spent the full budget of £30. We are currently on £24 spend, so it's got a little bit more to go. I don't anticipate it's going to get a third purchase, but anything is possible. Right now we have cost per result as £12, so it's unlikely to get a purchase in the next £6, but we could definitely see another purchase. We'll just have to see. And it's 2.48 ROAS, so this is actually not too bad at £30, but since it's such a low budget, I would have liked to have seen this maybe at a 3 or a 4 ROAS. But honestly, I think we need to kind of increase this to 50, so I think I might just try increasing this to 50 tonight, since it's been running a few days on the £30 budget, and then if it performs decent at 50 after 1 or 2 days, then we'll scale that up. And if it doesn't perform great at 50 and it stays around this ROAS, then I may still consider scaling it up. But if the performance doesn't increase a lot at 50, then maybe we'll just end this challenge and I'll just leave it coasting on this small budget and just collect a tiny bit of profit from this product every single day. But things are going pretty well right now, so we'll just have to see what the next few days will bring us. This is a bit of a longer challenge, but I think it's really interesting as a case study to see actively right now in the current month in 2024 how launching a product is and how the performance is, and it's going to help you guys launch your product and scale up your store by following exactly what I've done start to finish, because we've literally just launched a mini business selling this product just for this one challenge video, and it's actually going pretty well. So it just goes to show anything's possible. Okay, this is the next day again. As you can see, I'm giving you daily updates for this challenge, and right now this campaign's actually going pretty well. So we're on a 3.7 ROAS. This was above a 4 ROAS earlier, and currently we only have 1 purchase, and you're probably thinking with the amount spent, how on earth is this a profitable ROAS even though we've only had 1 purchase? Now this is because the purchase conversion value, which is basically how much you've got from that 1 conversion, is £100, so it's well above the 1.6 break even, because someone who ordered ended up ordering 4 or 5 units of the same product in 1 purchase. So it's actually got a really high ROAS even though it's got 1 sale. Now I bumped this up also from a £30 budget to a £50 budget earlier, so hopefully this isn't just a unicorn sale or an anomaly if you like. Hopefully this will continue to get another sale or 2 or maybe 3, I hope, by the end of the day. If it stays profitable, I'll consider scaling even more. Otherwise I'll just coast it and end the challenge, but it seems to still be going pretty decent, so we'll just see how this goes over the next day or 2. Just a quick daily update on the campaign. So right now we're on 1.54 ROAS today, which is quite terrible to be honest. This may be because I added some new ad creatives into the campaign, so maybe that's why it dropped the performance to test the new ad creatives. But when I went on the spend, it did show that the spend was mainly going to the creatives which actually converted from before, so this might just be poor daily performance, but I'm going to see how this goes tomorrow. If it's still poor tomorrow, then I'm probably going to finish the challenge, but if it stays around break even, then I might just keep it coasting for a while to see how it performs over the week. So what plans have I got to improve this if it goes back to profitable like it was yesterday? Well, I'm thinking about adding a few upsells, upselling a few similar clothing items, and accessory items which would go together with this piece as a fit or a style, and then maybe people will buy them post-purchase. So I am going to add some post-purchase upsells probably sometime in the next few days to increase the average purchase value, and we'll just see how it goes. Just another daily update. It seems like the ROAS of the campaign the next day, after leaving it another day after the changes, has actually stabilized, and we're back to a pretty healthy ROAS. So we're actually on a 3.2 ROAS right now, so 3.20. So this is actually really good, which means I'm probably going to leave this on, and I'm going to implement the upsells. So I'm going to implement some shorts that people could wear with this polo shirt and add it as specifically a post-purchase upsell. So that should hopefully increase this purchaser's conversion value or the average order value. So I'm going to do that tonight, and hopefully tomorrow we'll see some decent results. But it's looking pretty positive, so I'm going to continue this challenge as long as it takes to show you some decent results. Okay, so I've added this item, which is just some basic that could go with fairly cheap. This is just going to be added as an upsell. So I'm going to go ahead and add these as a post-purchase upsell right now, and we'll see if anyone actually buys them tomorrow when they buy the I'm going to have to go ahead and add some reviews, but for the most part, people aren't going to click on the product page. They're just going to add it straight after the checkout, but it's still best practice to add some anyway. I'm just going to add this as an upsell because the product cost is quite high, so it's not going to be profitable advertising this unless I toy with the prices a bit. And as well as that, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to bump up the budget from 70 to 100 on this campaign. So tomorrow it's going to spend 100 for the first day, and hopefully it's going to keep a good ROAS. Just another quick daily update, and it's probably going to be the last daily update on the campaign for this challenge, or I guess this case study. So right now we are in the learning phase. So in the learning phase, you basically wait till 50 purchases until the ad system has completely optimized the target audience. And basically right now we've got 6 purchases and we're on a 1.96 ROAS, which was yesterday's results. 1.6 break even, so we are still profitable, but it's only just profitable. It's definitely not high enough to scale with. So I'm actually going to coast on this budget of £100 for the next few days, and what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to wait until we exit the learning phase. So this may take a long time, but as long as we're either breaking even or we're profitable, I'm going to wait until we exit the learning phase. So that's obviously going to be about 31 more purchases, and then from there we should hopefully see some more optimizing. I'm going to toy with the prices a little bit, maybe toy with the offers. The upsell didn't really seem to work, so what I've done is I've gone and modified the prices. So if this product sees any more updates or progress, then I will make a part 2 in here and release it for you guys and let you know what happened with the product. But it's going to be pretty exciting stuff. So this is the end of the challenge for now. We have actually found a winning product. The product has been profitable on basically nearly every day, even if it's been just in profit. It's a little bit temperamental, but we've got some pretty good results, and this just goes to show you can find a product and scale it. Now, like I say, I will do a follow-up on this with scaling it, and I will do some other case studies on products which I've actually scaled, because on this ad account I've got some campaigns running $300 a day, $500 a day. Before I dealt with a suspension of my ad account, I was running some campaigns up to around $2,000 each spend a day, which is pretty crazy. So I will be showing you guys some more results soon, but make sure to like the video and subscribe. So I am right now back visiting home, so you may notice that the usual white background isn't here. We are recording in a different location because I am back in the UK right now to finish this last part of the challenge and record it. So basically, to close out, some pretty good results. As you can see, we found a product. It turned out to be a winner, which was lucky for me when recording this challenge, and we scaled it a fair bit, obviously in the first stages, but I just wanted to show you guys how easy it actually is to find a product and scale it. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe, and drop any comments or questions you have for me below. And also, if you want to see the complete uncensored version of this challenge, it will be available in the community down below. I am opening a brand new e-commerce and dropshipping community, which is called Equity Hub, which you can join on school.com, and you'll get case studies of real products and stores just like this one, completely uncensored, where you'll actually see the product, the ad campaign results, and the real actual demographics, so you can actually see how I do things. I'll also share my private ad strategies, which I use to test and scale on Facebook and TikTok before I post them on YouTube, and you'll get a few insider things to do with ads and marketing, and some courses in there for intermediate, beginners, and advanced. So if that interests you and you actually want to make some money, then make sure to click the link which is in the description description down below and join the school community. We're only getting started right now, so we are going to be filling it with content, but if you do want to join and get in early while it's at the cheap price, then do so right now, because soon we will be putting up to $100 once we get a lot of content in there. So whoever locks in right now gets to continue to pay that price, but later it will be more expensive and we will be accepting only certain people in there because we want people who will actually put in the effort and try. So if you do want to join a serious e-commerce community that's run by me and not one of these fake gurus, because I do show you some real results, then do check that out in the link down below.